I went to Fenway Park on Saturday night. It was a Labor Day weekend game. The team was in first place. It was completely banged out. There was like 38,000 people there. And, of course, I'm the guy who has this guy in his row. I look at the end of my row. There is someone who is not American, and he wasn't Arab, by the way. I want to mention that. But then again, neither were the terrorists at the Boston Marathon bombing. He was there completely by himself, had a backpack that was jammed full. And I've never gone anywhere with a backpack. I don't know why you would bring one to a baseball game if you're by yourself. I can see if maybe you have 3 or 4 kids and you have things that you need to bring for them. Why do you need that? But that aside,
right.
They do checks of the bags on the way in, so I wasn't too nervous about that. What had me nervous was he had a sealed priority mailbox sitting there.
That's what's weird about it.
And I thought, why would you bring that
a box, yeah.
to a baseball game? Then he gets up, he walks over to the trash, he's kind of shielding the trash from us. He's looking around. He appeared to put something in and then take something back out. At that point, I said to Carla, I'm getting security.
Yep.
So I got security, and they took care of the problem. I do want to say that Fenway Park did an amazing job of taking care of the situation, and it makes me feel safe going to a game. But by the same token, it kind of put a damper on our entire night.
Of course.
And Carla, like I said, was kind of weepy at one point and wanted to go to the Cask and Flagon to watch the game after they checked this guy out. And, oh, by the way, once he got searched, he left before the first pitch, which terrifies me because I think maybe this was a dry run. But at least since I said something, he saw that it did arouse suspicion, so hopefully he won't try it. But it was on my mind all weekend, and I couldn't believe the number of people who didn't do anything, who saw this kid. There were thousands of people there.
Well, hopefully people will, now hearing your story, be more alert and more aware, because God forbid one of these situations happens again, and it really is something.
Exactly.
Now say something.
And I wonder how it's changed a night out for you in 2013, and have you experienced something similar? 401-224-1285, Hi Cat Country.
Back in 2001, in August, we were taking a flight from Tennessee to Rhode Island, and there was this non-American, like you guys are talking about, giving them a hard time, trying to switch things around and just doing all this stuff, and security ended up coming and taking him off the flight in a backpack, but, the whole 9 yards, like you were saying, and I've never flown again.
Wow. And then to have 9/11 happen a month later, I can see why.
Not even a month later, 9/11 happened, and never, ever for Wi-Fi again.
And I'm glad that you brought up the race thing, because some people were jokingly giving me the business on Facebook because I talked about it on there, about me racial profiling. And look, it was just one small piece of the puzzle in terms of my suspicions. But let me tell you something. If that kid looked like he was born in Iowa and did the exact same thing, I would have done the exact same thing. I would have gone and got security. Race really did not mean a whole heck of a lot, but it was a factor.
It was a factor. I honestly didn't think anything of this guy who was giving them a hard time, and he was, yelling, and security came. But then when 9/11 happened, he was the same race as them, and I was just like, oh my God, that could have been us.
And as far as racial stereotypes, I was a drunk Irishman at the game, so I was fulfilling that.